Hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. Today is December. It's the second, is the first day of December. It is 9:26 a.m. Eastern Time in the US. The market is about to open. We have a very what I consider a very questionable rally that's happening now. Seasonality here traders will be expecting a Santa Claus rally here. My main reference, I didn't trade last Friday. I was doing there was just so much noise here at home. I was just posting some, was writing in Discord for you to see if you were doing something. What I got from Friday, my main reference from Friday is this low here. The late pullback low on Friday. Notice that on Friday we have the last two periods. This is very interesting. These last two periods, this one and this one, really have, volume was slightly higher relative to the previous session. The last period, notice the increase that we have here, and even more. If I go to the next one, it was even more here. This is what is catching my attention, right? So it looked like volume was coming at a close, but to liquidate most of these longs, most of the long inventory. In the short term, as I say, my main reference is this low here. The lower side, of course, I have this. The upper side, of course, I have the all-time high. And this is really, really. I was expecting if the market would come back. This is on Friday. I was getting to get a long here. The market was coming back to check this single tick here, but it didn't. So I just let the market. I got a small long, but I closed it way too early. All right, market is about to open. Less than a minute to open. Inventory is very long. You got this overnight inventory. This above settle. This one also. Friday. Did some counter but did not remove. I still consider this is prominent POCs. The volume that we have on Friday is very low because it was half session. Today we have low volume as well. All time frames are trending higher. If the market doesn't take this low today, it will start one time framing in the daily time frame as well. But for me, the risk in the long side is just so high here. All right, market is open. Notice the settle is here. Most of the overnight inventory is short. During this day, I consider this day a reaction to what happened this day here. Just notice what happened here. How many highs around halfback? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? This day did not have a spike. Yeah, while the market was moving higher, it didn't move, it didn't have that quick, fast upside movement that is a sign that the shorts are being forced out of the market. It didn't. But as usual, never step in front of, I will never step in front of momentum. Just trying to figure out what's happening here. Now, the market has the market has made a new all-time high right now, just by one tick. Okay? And that's the 54th time this year the market makes a new all-time high. 54 times here. The market getting out of balance or getting out of the first or the previous day range in the first period is a sign of strength, at least in the short term. Let me change this to my grid. Nasdaq making way, actually Nasdaq open with a gap here. The Dow is inside range, is trading lower. Nasdaq ES has taken a high. This seems like we have divergent markets here. When markets have divergence, also rotation increases, right? I'm not saying that's going to happen, but those are just odds, right? Remember, what we try to do is all in terms of odds. What's happening with bonds? Bonds closed around the 200 moving average. The interesting thing is it was a short week last week, and closing around moving average, that's not a good thing. Something that I wrote on my homework, I have this scenario here. This market is just too long right now, I believe. I mean, and one of the things I consider here, inventory is in weak hands. Really. How much are these 60 puts, for example? That's too expensive, man. For this market that has such a low volatility, this is just too much. Let's see. And we have higher volume, actually. Some interesting fact that happened on Friday Friday was end of the month, right? It was end of the month, but it was a short day, like half session there. That is very questionable, man. This got to be very careful because a lot of things can happen during the last day of the month. But it didn't have volume, right? Probably today or tomorrow is when we see something here. 60-40 is 3 points here. 64 is this POC here. Now, if I open this, let's check out what happened here. The market was starting to do some liquidation here of this, some rebalancing in inventory, and now the market has taken this high and taken this high back. So we have the current actions to the upside now. It's coming back. There's a lot. Check your volume. It's really high, man. Now look at that. Look at that where this market has been bought, exactly from half back here. This is the second time it's coming here. This is not good, man. We have a new high here. We have an all-time high. This is the main support for me, the 60-40, this 42. Above this, I would say above this is long, below this is short for me. Below this, of course. Man, look at this, man, look at this formation here. Remember, the market has got out of balance here. It's coming back inside. I never, the first thing when I look, when the market comes out of range and comes back inside, boy, I start to look to the opposite side. 60-20. Man, this is not bad. 1 point risk here. This is not bad, right? But this has to work fast, man. Look at where this market is being bought. Overnight high, hard back, every single reference in the upper side is being revisited here. Now opening. They failed to hold this high, they failed to hold this, now they are trying this. The next thing, this low here. Okay, opening. Market's been bought from the opening. It has huge volume, man. Huge volume here. Check this out. Look at where this market is right now. If I compare this to Friday, we are more than half, and we are less than 10 minutes, right? Less than 1/3 of the first period. If this continues like this, we may have this much volume. 1, 2, yeah, like all the way up to here. But before doing anything, I will like to see direction here. Right now, the market is in the upper side. I can see value being built in the upper side of price. All right, so the direction is to the upside right now. But look at that, man. Look at that. Where's being bought now? The opening again. Now the next thing, today's low. This low. Follow but settle, and the late pullback low here. Now on the market opening, above this late pullback is what kind of like makes me be aware. The market can be very questionable. You know what I say? Very weak, very questionable, but yeah, I have to pay attention to what the market is doing rather than what I want or I believe the market will do. Okay? Those two things are very different things here. What I want the market to do and what I believe the market is going to do, or what I wanted the market to do. The opening is holding. We have an all-time high. So what happened when you are short, for example? When you are short and the market opened way up high. You will buy, right? You will buy to cover. There's a lot of push here to the downside. Nothing has changed relative to the previous day, previous session to Friday, or the previous week, or the previous month. It's the same kind of thing. What I believe can be in the nuance for today is, I would say, the end of the month. What usually happens, the kind of activity that happens at the end of the month, under regular circumstances, okay? Under regular circumstances, you got this end of the month. This end of the month, right? This is 29. It fall on Friday, right? Something I didn't realize here was, when I was checking this, when was the first days of November or the end of September or the October, this was Thanksgiving, right? But of course, professional traders or brokerage firms or institutions, they know this Thanksgiving, right? So they're planning in advance, way in advance. I would be very careful today, yeah, because I usually, when it's end of the month, I don't like to do anything because the market just goes back and forth, back. There's a lot of chop that happens, a lot of things that I actually I don't know, right? There's a lot of rebalancing that can happen, and it is pretty clear. It is pretty clear to me that that's happening today because of this volume. If I had this volume, and if it was not a day like today, that is a day after the end of the month, right? A day after this, uh, after the 29th, knowing that this is a half session, this was just not a full session. The market closed at 1 p.m. There's not just enough volume here to do the rebalancing and all the stuff that need to happen. All right, there's not just enough time, and I believe it looks like that day is today. So I would be very careful here, John. I would be very careful. I would be very careful here today. Inventory is is long, and in the hands, the long inventory is in hands of weak traders. In weak hands, I should say. It's coming back now. Look at every single reference in the level side has been taken. Friday's high, hardback, overnight high, opening. Now the next thing is setup. Okay. Next thing is setup. The 5150. I think one of my main reference here will be the 42 here. It's 42. Let's check how it's 44. 42 actually closes these three distributions here. PMI lower. Wow, look at this. This is the Dow. This is Russell, way below, has taken the Friday's low out. The Dow is on its way to take the low. The ES has come back inside the range. Nasdaq is way above. Let's check. Okay, let's check these daily bars. Look at this. What this is down. This is the end of the month, right? I highlight the end of the month here. This is the end of the month. One time frame higher. Now let's check Nasdaq. Nasdaq. Look at what's happening with Nasdaq. Nasdaq is one time frame higher. All time frames. 1, 2, 3. such a tiny gap here today. Monthly, weekly was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row. This is the third day. Nasdaq. Look, let's check in. Let's check Dow. One time frame higher. Starting. This was this was a trap here. Look at this, man. Oh boy, this is freaking dangerous here. Oh my god, this is so dangerous here. The long is so dangerous here, man. The Dow. I guess if this is a short when the market when the market comes back up here, yeah, that's a sell there for me. If these lows stay, this is not good for that for anybody. It's super risky. Look at that! Look at that formation in Nasdaq. Now, it was weak when the market was being bought. Now it was being bought from the opening, right? From the opening, from overnight high, from Friday's high. Now it's being sold from the opening, as you can see. Now it's being sold from the opening. Next reference in the upper side, halfback, which is the same as overnight high. Look at that. This is a really, this is a really nice profile here. No profile. Distribution curve. Look at this. Look at this distribution curve. You have the bell here, right? Let's do it this way. Perfect. All right. Perfect curve. You know, the center. You know, just look at this one. This is just dries here, dries here. Perfect, perfect balance. Bell curve. In light of the facts, now it is we are 10 minutes into the opening. And check this out. Look how much volume we have. Not 10 minutes, 20 minutes, right? We have here probably if this continues, probably we will end up here at the end of the first period. If this happens, I will step out. I will just watch this market because what happened during this kind of days, this rebalancing day. There's a lot of things that can happen that I don't know. I really have no idea what's going on, right? Because there's so much things that happen here. This rebalancing on inventories and hedging or whatever, right? And the thing is, I have no idea, all right? And this is a day, if this is the case, this can be a day for big money, you know, for the big time frame participants of the market to do their thing, right? And when that happens, usually I won't see, or you won't see these references being, you know, the short-term frame trading is overwhelmed because the bigger ones are doing their job. And you just, it's safe. I am not saying here that nothing can happen, okay? I'm not saying that. Or I'm not saying that there's no opportunity here, but what the reason why I step outside this kind of markets is that you may see, or I may see something, or I may see an opportunity, but it just, in the blink of an eye, it is just goes in the opposite direction. I'm learning this the hard way, just to step out, just to look from far apart. And when you believe that something is happening, when you see something happening, just suddenly just the market turns around on you. It happened to me so many times, man. I think that's the I believe there's good also. This can be one of those days. Right now, for example, I'm itching. Right, I was itching to go to take a short here, but when I saw that volume, no, brother, and it's coming at the highs, at the high of the day. That's coming at the high of the day. Market generating information, this low is not good. We have a good high now, but as I said, I believe this is the day that what's happening now would have happened on Friday if Friday was a full day, all right, a full day session. It just we didn't have time on Friday. Look at this, man. Look at this. What's going on with Nasdaq? Huge, man. This is huge short squeeze here. Dow is look at the Dow is about to take the low. There's a tremendous liquidation in the Russell. And all markets, all indices are doing different things. Short squeeze, long liquidation, inside day. Look above and failure, inside day. All of them are doing different things. Just I would be very careful here. As I say, I got a bias to the downside, but I am aware of that bias. But I don't want to be crushed here. For these options to work, this thing, this re-enter, look above and failure, re-entering into Friday's range, the taking of the lower references have to happen really fast. No, that's not the case. Now look at, I guess, when the market was up here, I was checking this, what is 60-20, which was this low. They were still, I guess they were 130. This is lower, and this is underwater, even though the market is moving in the direction of this area here. For example, next thing I'll check is the overnight POC, but this is a counter. It looks like this was a counteraction to this overnight inventory here. Now that was dealing with I think that was dealing with the overnight inventory of today, but the market. As I say, these shorts here, I haven't seen any spike here to the upside. And look at the formation here, man. Gosh, man. If this market doesn't have downside extension right now, seems like it's getting short here. There has to be a tipping point here, right? When the loans just collapse here and we have a spike here, maybe all the way to the 60-40, or maybe this previous all-time high, right? This is an obvious reference for traders where to come back and buy, right? This is a previous, let's check in previous all-time high. Or defending that level. 54th all-time high. All right, this is no, no. I don't like this market. I do not like this market. I just don't. Now check this. The Dow has reached the opposite side of price. Has reached the lower side of price. Look at it. Oh boy, look at the Russell. God, man. But look at look at these highs here. Look at these highs here. Coincidentally, Nasdaq is not crazy to think that this market can make an all-time high. Okay. This is an important reference for me. As long as the market keeps this low, can you see how there are mixed references here? Notice how this dries, right? It was drying, it didn't have it, man. It didn't have it, and just there's no volume. Volume is not coming here, right? It doesn't mean that it's not going to come, right? That's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean it's not going to come, but it's just I don't see nothing here. That's the thing. All right, that's the thing. The risk here. I am leaning here. I am leaning. As I say, I got a bias to the downside. I believe inventory is long and it is in weak hands, but it's just not today. It's not today, right? I'm leaning towards leaving this market alone. Notice where it's coming from. Selling is coming from Halbach, from the center, very mechanical. ISM higher, PMI was lower, ISM is higher. I mean, one number was to the downside, the other one to the upside. This is nice here. I have a financial juice. I don't know how I set this up, but this is financial juice. I got this notifications here. There's a bunch here, but what I have here, as you have seen, I got just maybe 2 or 3 a day, not that much, with the exception of FOMC when during the Fed chairman press conference. When Chairman Powell has a press conference, usually there can be several here, but they don't come that often, and that's good. I don't want to have too many distractions here. And it's not the news that I trade, but the fact that there is something there. Okay, I don't know what it is. I might have a pop up here. Boom, something comes, and I pay attention to what the market does when something pops here, right? Which is my setup, my how I set up this financial juice, right? This is Chrome. I use Chrome, and I don't know where. I guess you can do that here in notifications, or you have to go to the website, I believe, to have notifications just from that website. And what I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I was saying I pay attention to what the market does relative to to the news, right? Just after, usually after, if I see something happening, something like maybe the market has some upside, a quick upside, that's when I might check this thing. Usually that is related to the calendar, right? I have a calendar. I have the news here. For example, what time is it? It is 10 a.m. Monday, Monday 10 a.m. PMI at 945, manufacturing final. ISM, manufacturing is 10. Okay, so I I am aware in advance to what may have here. Tomorrow we have JOLTS at 10 a.m. again. ADP on Wednesday. We have Chairman Powell at 1:45 here. Huh? Look at that, Wednesday. Um, Weekly jobless claims and non-farm payrolls on Friday. I believe this is really important here. This may bring some volatility to the market. Look at this, man. This is just. I will just step out here. I won't do anything here. Oh, and look at this. We were talking about volume, right? We were talking about volume here. VIX remains less than 14. Oh, but look at the volume here. Okay, look at volume relative to Friday. If this continues, okay, if this continues, should be up here, right? Should be up here at the end of the day, which is low. But I personally don't think that's going to be the case. I believe it's going to close above this high here. It may close above that high. And the market doesn't have any direction right now. For what I do, right? For what I do, because actually, if I don't want, if I want to keep the perspective, all time frames are to the upside. There's no excess uphill, no excess downhill, but the market is going higher. It's one time frame higher, no excess here. One time frame higher, no excess. It has no excess. Now we have the same situation that we have at the beginning of the month. Right? The market just didn't take the low here. Now, this is trading, right? And short-term traders are all over the place. And we may have, one of the things that I was thinking potentially may happen is that we may have something like this in the upper side and the market forming a range here. But that is just one scenario. That's just one scenario. I don't have anything. I'm not going to do anything here today. So if you have any questions, please let me know, or comments, or if you want to talk about anything, just let me know. I can't talk about anything here. I'm not going to do anything. I may stay maybe a couple more, maybe 5, 10 more minutes, and that's it. I believe the risk here is too high. There's a lot of chop, a lot of rotation. The market has looked above, has looked above, has looked above Friday's range and has come back inside. Has come back inside Friday's range, which potentially targets this low here. Okay, that's the ultimate destination. I believe the market has dealt with these shorts from when is this Wednesday, and now what remains is long. You know, look at this long key, look at this long key, look at this long key, look at this. But and this short inventory has been dealt also, and what we have now is long in weekends. Also, and by the way, look at where Friday's low is. Overnight hardback, Wednesday hardback. Look at where Wednesday low is. Overnight hardback. Very mechanical. Where this low? Where's this Monday low? POC. Right, we have another one here. This is better, but I'm going to expand this profile. This one and this one. Okay, I'll show you something. Look at this. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lows here. I don't think that this has taken care of this. This is extremely questionable, extremely a risk in the high side. This doesn't look like weak because it have excess, but there's a bunch of stops here, man. There's huge amount of stops here. Now look at this low. Again coming from POC hardback. Look at this low. How many lows do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lows here. And the gap. You know, this is the election gap. There's nothing here. And it was bought around, this area, shadow area. What we had at this level, it is something very similar to what we have here, right? This one has something like 11 or 12 highs. Here we have a 3, 4, 5, 6, right? This low, remember this low here, look at how many lows you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lows. This is, boy, this can be. Now, the thing is, traders don't care. Short-term traders don't know about this. Traders don't care. And sometimes, the market needs a catalytic. As long as momentum is to the upside, traders will keep buying dips and doing stuff like that, right? I'm not going to step in front of that. And that's another reason why that is factor in my decision, right? That have good odds that I'm not going to do not anything today, right? First, probably this is a rebalancing day. Second, all that risk in the long side. Third, it doesn't necessarily have to break. Just because it's weak or questionable doesn't mean that it's going to break, right? And fourth, I have to pay attention to what the market is doing. Value higher, we have inside value. And upside day, look below. This is look above and failed so far. But it's not having, yeah? The market is not having. There's tremendous amount of pressure to the downside, but it's just not having it. All right, guys. I am going to call it a day. I am thinking to do anything, something like, you know, some kind of. I get a Discord, but it's not. The Discord is not updated that frequently. I am, I am thinking how to do something here. How to be in touch or how to be in reach for anything, any kind of questions or comments throughout the day, throughout the session. As usual, the Discord. This is the Discord. I'm going to copy the invitation. Link. There we go. You got that. You got it on Twitch and YouTube. And I am going to call it a day. Alright guys, have a wonderful rest of the day. I wish if there's anything here, I may come back maybe at the end of the day to do some kind of a review of the day. More likely, as I say, I got a bias to the downside, but more likely I'm not going to do anything because of what I think is happening. There's just too much chop that can be here. Too much things that can happen that I actually have no idea what it is. All right. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. I wish you the best. Bye bye.